Let's preview a few games. We always start with the Thursday night game, and it's not the worst game this Thursday. The Sharks up against the Sea Eagles, 3rd against 6th at PointsBet Stadium in Sydney. What are the Sharks are? Let me just see.
$1.44.
$1.40. What are they?
$1.44, I believe.
Yeah.
As of this afternoon.
Yes, they are. $1.44 the Sharks, $2.70 the Manly Sea Eagles.
Got some stats?
Yeah, what does Statman say?
Statman says take Manly.
Wow.
Take
$2.70.
Outsiders have won 7 of the last 10, including 5 of the last 6 in this fixture. Manly have won 8 of the last 10. The last 3 have been over the total, and 6 of the last 10 have gone over. And the average total in the last 10 is 46.
Oh, no.
You're going to have to change your bets.
Oh, mate, that's just gone wait till you hear my bets. Just every well, I'm obviously on the Sharks. I'll find it hard to tip against them again this year after that performance. If they're fit and healthy. I mean, the big losses for me, I know Dale Finucane's out, but Hamlin Ueli has been sort of the unsung hero, the go forward for him. Him and Tony Rudolph to start the games have been enormous, and he's out for a couple of weeks, I think, which
10 weeks.
Oh, see, that's huge. Like, you've got Tolman and Fafita will do a job, but they're getting on now. I think they might. Oh, Tolman's my age, 34. Fafita's only about 32, 33, so they're getting on. It's going to be a big ask, and especially against the bloke who I think has been the informed player for Manly, Taniela Paseka, who finally gets his start. He's been huge off the bench. So I'm still tipping the Sharks. As I said, after that last week's game, it's going to be hard for me to tip against them this year.
We haven't heard it this year yet, but the bounce back after playing Melbourne Storm is always something commentators and the media always talk about. Is it a thing?
Yeah, it is, because you get up for a game. There's certain teams you get up for. You know it's going to be a tough match, and that's why you could also think that Parramatta have let that one in against the Tigers because they've relaxed a bit. But, they would have been up for it, and I thought about that as well. But then I thought, Saturday night, it is a short turn. It was a Friday night, the game. Friday night, I just thought they'd have enough time to turn around just to get one up on Manly.
As you say, it's Anzac Day on Monday, so we'll take a look at both Anzac Day games.
Who are you tipping in the Sharks Manly?
Yeah, I like the Sharks as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
He almost got out of that one.
No. I'm going against that man again, which has proven costly the last couple of weeks.
We'll get to that, yeah.
But here's a game that you really enjoy, Blake. The Dragons Roosters. What do we got here? We've got the Dragons as outsiders, $3.90 outsiders, the Dragons. The Roosters $1.24. And this is a Roosters team that hasn't been at its best at all this season.
No, yeah. And like I said, Anzac Day, I know the last couple of years there might have been a bit of margin looking back on it, but usually the clashes are a lot closer, the Roosters Dragons, I think, or it just feels that they're a lot closer, no matter the scoreline, wherever they sit on the ladder. As we can see, they're both on separate ends at the moment, but I think it'll be a close one. Once again, spoke about the Dragons not having figured out their team. I don't think the Roosters have figured out their team yet either. Verrills will be better for the run against the Warriors. I like the Roosters in a close one, and I would like to see Lachlan Lamb used instead of Hutchinson, but that's me wishful thinking. I think he's faster around the ruck and will be more a Connor Watson type for the Roosters because he's out for a couple of weeks as well, I think.
Statman?
So tell me which side you want, and I'll give you a stat while I win. The stats here are pretty... I
just can't back the Dragons with any confidence. And although the Roosters haven't been that good at all, I see them getting better easier than I see the Dragons getting better.
Yeah, I'm with you. Dragons have won 7 of the last 11 on Anzac Day. Roosters have won the last 2, though. You're right, Blake, by reasonably big margins. Roosters have won 7 straight and 8 of the last 10 in all games versus Dragons. Total's gone over in the last 2 and 3 in the last 5, and the average number of points scored in the last 10 is 41.5. So I like the Roosters because I think the Dragons suck. And like you say, I think the Roosters will improve a lot faster than the Dragons will.
The thing is, we just haven't seen it so far this season. I've been expecting to see them gradually get better. And yeah. Bits and pieces in a game. Yeah, start to see the old Roosters again, but they just haven't put anything together for a whole. They haven't put anything together for a whole half, I don't think, this season so far. So
they've got, what have they got? Taukei'aho back this week.
He was supposed to be back last week, wasn't he?
Yeah. Yep. You'd have to think he will be back this week. Momirovski's back. Nguama's out, which had in my fantasy team, thought he was going to be. You talked me into him, Blake, and he's been terrible for fantasy. So happy to see him go. I think. Yeah, I think the Roosters is easy.
Well, here's one. Storm Warriors.
Yeah.
Are you going to do what the stats suggest you should do? I don't even know what the stats are.
We'll get to it later. I'll reserve my my tip until I'll give you the stats. Storm have won 11 straight. So if you hear anyone say that the Warriors got a good record against the Storm, it's shit. It's bullshit.
Certainly not recently.
Not recently. It's terrible. 7 of the last 10 have been over the total, which is the average is 43.3. And I dare say Storm have probably hit 90% of those points themselves. The Storm have averaged 31.2 in the last 11 matches, while the Warriors have only averaged just under 11 points. Last time out, 42-16. Before that, 42-20. Before that, 50-6, which was terrible to watch. And I did watch the whole game. Yeah.
Hey, these are look. I'm looking for positives here. All right.
Just the stat man.
You, Carl. Yeah, just for you. And I didn't worry about those other games. Look, they're at the end of the year. I'm worried about Anzac Day. It means something different. It hits different. Now, the last half of footy that has been played on Anzac Day, the Warriors won that 16-14. That's a tick on the boys.
I like this.
Since the last time the Warriors won in 2014, they won 16-10. It went 42-0 to the Storm, blowout. Went 20-14 to the Storm, close game. Went 50-18 to the Storm, blowout. 13-12, as we spoke about before. Very, very close game. So that margin's getting smaller every skip year, every leap year. And 2021, 42-20 to the Storm. So this year, maybe that margin does get a little bit smaller, and maybe it might just go over tick to the Warriors, Carl. I don't know. It seems like there's a trend happening there that, since that last win, 20-14, 6 points, then a 1 point every second year. And now we might be getting that win factor. So hopefully Tavanga gets named in that 17. And they don't use him as a hooker. I know there's a bit of injury concern with Curran, so hopefully he's there and we use Curran on an edge and Tavanga at lock, as we did against Brisbane, and looked so good. Look, I'm giving them a chance. I'm going to go out there. The way they're playing this year, they're defending. I think the Storm got up last week so much, and I think, look, they're not going to fall asleep in this game, but I think it's going to be a close one. Storm 1-12.
Shit, you've talked me around here. Wow.
The trend. There's a trend there.
I'm rapidly highlighting my little sheet here all the Anzac Day games to see if I can back you up here. And
we won the last half. We're lifted. The boys are lifted.
Yeah.
I've gone Storm 1-12, but yeah, I don't know. I've gone Storm 1-12. I'm going to stick.
You've got to take the Warriors plus 18.5 then. Surely.
Easy. But we're just doing the margins.
The bigger, we get Stormy the Bromwich brothers back, which is big.
For me, I think Tavanga's Massive plus.
He's going to play, right?
He has to. He'd be silly to leave him out. He's silly.
Who drops out? Katoa?
Yeah, I'd probably say Katoa, put Bailey Sirenen to the bench. Oh, see, that's a tough one. Who drops out? But I mean,
I would argue you could drop Penne out.
Oh, I've liked him this year. Really been impressed. I'd probably drop Katoa before Penne, especially being an ex-Storm player. That grit you need against them.
Yeah. I don't know. Where are you going, Paul?
I'm going Storm.
Yeah, I know.
13
plus, 45 plus.
They could play at half strength and still put 20 on the Warriors, even though the Warriors' defense has been that good. Yeah, nobody's defense has been that good against Munster. No one. They're going to be found out up the middle with Pappenhausen running off Munster, or Harry Grant getting a quick dummy half run, or Brandon Smith having a little one out bang over for a try. In fact, I would take Brandon Smith to score a try in this match. I think there's nothing more that he likes. One of his joys in life is scoring tries against the Warriors.
Can you back that up with any stats?
Anecdotal sort of stats.
Carl, just before you go, mate, remember where the Storm have been vulnerable this year on their right-hand defense. Remus Smith and whoever their winger is, chops and changes. The Warriors looked good on that left hand last week.
They did.
Oh, boy.
Chanel's been playing good. I don't know what you guys are trying to do to me, but it's working.
I'll grab there's another straw there. I'll grab another one over there. There's one straw for you, one straw for Blake. Wow. Fairly good. Crikey. You're looking for an Anzac Day miracle.
What do you reckon our mate Surly would be saying?
Get on the Warriors.
$6 is, I think they're paying $6 head to head.
$6.60.
You could almost guarantee half the country will be on just for the value play.
I had a look on Tuesday morning, and the Warriors were around that $6, $6.50 mark. And we had taken 6 times as much money on the Warriors, paying $6, than we had on the Storm. Now, it was early days. It was just Tuesday, so there wasn't a lot of liquidity in the head-to-head market, but still 6 times as much money on the Warriors as there was on the Storm, with the Warriors paying between $6 and $6.50 at that time, I think it was. So the faithful have not given up, and I don't think the Warriors faithful will ever give up. They're a different type of supporter. They will not. You are the Warriors faithful. You will back them every week.
Yeah.
I
once did. 2 years straight, I backed the Beast to score the first try in every game. And the first year I did it, I was up, and the second year I was down.
Big man, you betcha.